The notification chimed at 2:13 a.m. I was still awake. I had been awake for weeks. The camera feed flickered to life on my phone, grainy at first, then clear. The guest house bedroom, soft lamplight, the bed, and her, my wife, barefoot, hair loose, moving slowly like she belonged there. She closed the door behind her without turning on the overhead light. He was already under the covers. My best friend. My brother. That's what she had said. He's your brother. Don't be paranoid. I watched her slide into his bed like it was routine. Like it was home. No hesitation. No guilt. Just familiarity. The kind that doesn't begin overnight. I didn't breathe. I didn't blink. I didn't shout. I just recorded. My heart didn't break. It calcified. Outside, the house was silent. The same walls that had heard our wedding vows. The same driveway where he had hugged me when he fell on hard times and needed the guest house. Brother. I zoomed in. Her hand on his chest, his fingers in her hair. The betrayal wasn't loud. It was quiet. Practiced. I ended the recording and sat in the dark. The night felt cleaner than my marriage. The lie hadn't started that night. It started months ago, when she insisted he move in. He has no one else. You owe him. He's family. Family. I remember the way she defended him the first time I joked about boundaries. Too quick. Too sharp. Her eyes hardened for a second before softening again. Gaslighting disguised as concern. You're imagining things. Maybe I was. Until I wasn't. He began eating dinner with us every night. Laughing too easily. Lingering too long after I excused myself. Whispers on the patio. Late-night wine talks in the kitchen. And every time I questioned it, she leaned back in her chair and smiled like I was a child. He's your brother. She weaponized trust, but something in me had already shifted. It wasn't jealousy. It was pattern recognition. The way her perfume lingered in the guest house laundry. The way his car engine cooled at 1 a.m. The way she guarded her phone like it contained state secrets. I didn't confront. I observed. I smiled at dinner. I toasted to friendship. I even helped him fix the guest house heater, all while installing cameras behind smoke detectors and in the hallway frame, not to prove she was guilty. To confirm I wasn't insane, the worst betrayal isn't infidelity. It's making someone doubt their own instincts. But instinct is older than love, and mine was screaming. After that first recording, I didn't explode. I collected. 3 nights in a row, she visited him. Sometimes at midnight, sometimes before dawn. Always barefoot, always quiet. I cataloged timestamps, saved backups, uploaded encrypted copies. During the day, I kissed her goodbye. I clapped him on the shoulder. How'd you sleep? Like a rock, he said once. I almost admired the audacity. But betrayal is rarely creative. It's repetitive, predictable. That's what made it easy. Then Thanksgiving approached. My son called, or rather his wife did, her voice sharp through the speaker. If you want to join Thanksgiving, come wash the dishes. A pause, like she expected me to beg, to comply, to earn my seat at their table. I looked around the dining room I paid for. The chandelier I imported, the mortgage I eliminated, and I said one word, enjoy. She laughed, thinking it was pride. It wasn't. It was detachment. That same afternoon, I finalized paperwork I had been preparing quietly for months. A villa in Switzerland. Private, isolated, paid in full. No shared assets. No shared access. I transferred funds she didn't know existed. The ones my father had advised me never to disclose fully. Always keep a reserve, he had said. I did. That night, while she was in his bed again, I changed passwords. Closed joint accounts. Filed legal documentation. I wasn't reacting. I was restructuring. When betrayal happens twice, it's their fault. When it happens repeatedly, it's yours, if you stay blind. I refuse blindness. I didn't confront her with anger. I invited them both to dinner. Neutral tone. Good wine. Soft music. They looked relaxed. Careless. Midway through dessert, I placed my phone on the table and pressed play. No commentary. Just footage. Her entering the guest house. His arms opening. The sound of their breathing in the quiet room. Her face drained first. Then his. She whispered my name. I held up a hand. Silence. The video ended. I placed printed bank statements beside it. Effective today, I said calmly. The house is solely mine. The accounts are frozen. The guest house lease has expired. He tried to speak. I didn't look at him. She reached for my hand. I pulled it back. You called him my brother, I said. My voice didn't shake, but brothers don't rehearse betrayal. She began to cry. Tears are currency when guilt surfaces. I wasn't buying. The next morning I left. No shouting. No scene. Just paperwork delivered. Locks changed. Security codes updated. The guest house emptied by noon. He had nowhere to go. She had nowhere to stay. I sent one message to my son's wife. A single photograph. The villa. Glass walls overlooking the Swiss mountains. Snow untouched. Infinity pool reflecting the sky. No caption. Within an hour, my phone rang. Once, twice, 71 times. Voicemails layered with apology, confusion, sudden affection. Apparently, washing dishes wasn't required anymore. I didn't answer. Greed is louder than love? My wife texted too. I made a mistake. No, you made a choice. Repeatedly. There's a difference. I forwarded the footage to her lawyer. And to his employer. Truth travels efficiently when packaged properly. Now I sit in Switzerland. The air is thinner here. Cleaner. Silence doesn't feel suspicious anymore. It feels earned. I replay the night in my mind sometimes. Not with pain. With clarity. They thought secrecy was power. It wasn't. Information is power. Patience is power. Walking away with everything intact. That's power. I didn't scream. I didn't fight. I observed. Verified. Executed. They mistook my calm for weakness. That was their final error. My phone hasn't rung in days now. Snow falls without betrayal. And for the first time in months, I sleep. Alone. Unbothered. Untouched. Brotherhood is sacred. Marriage is sacred. But self-respect? That's untouchable, and I will never share it again.